Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for 3 p.m. Eastern, July 7, 2019. As we continue to transcend, we realize that, it's interesting because you're leaving something that you've all that's all you ever known. The world that we've been in, all of the things that we have experienced, all of the things that we have identified that are not right. They're just not right. And then to be convinced that you don't matter, you don't have any power, you're insignificant, so on and so forth. When it's all the opposite. But you see, fear has to control. Okay? It has to be instilled in each and every one of us. And here's the interesting part. Fear is the unknown. And I've talked about the crossing the river of void into the unknown. It is made up by the mind. And all of us have been afflicted with this fear. This fear controls us. It basically leads us around. Tells us what to do, when to do it. Tells us how to do it. Tells us to hide and cower, and it does a lot of things. But as you begin to take charge of yourself, and as you begin to ascend, basically, and when you're ascending, you're waking up about many things, and you're seeing things for the first time. You're going, now I know why this wasn't right. None of this is right. And when you do that, you become very, very powerful with your direction and where you desire to go, where you want to go. And you then begin to navigate. It's like you in your light ship, you say, well, we're gonna just throw away all of this garbage that I've been navigating, and we're going to put a new map on here, and the new map is my paradise. And your paradise is completely the opposite of what we're what we've been dealing with, what we've been exposed to for so very long. Where you have total freedom in physical form and in God form. Where you literally have no heaviness, ever. Where your confidence is the ultimate high. And this isn't an ego confidence. It's just knowing. You know who and what you are. You know your power. And that is very, very altering for all of us. When you discover that you have the power to shift and change everything. And, this meditation, I have the power. You have the power. You have always had the power. The dark ones, the dark hearts, have always been able to manipulate the civilization and trick the gods into existing in disharmony. And when you exist in disharmony, you are out of position with yourself. As you maneuver the muck, you realize that, man, this isn't right. This is something wrong here. I've got to find out what it is. Now, a lot of humans will just go with it. They won't even challenge it. They'll just kind of, well, this is the way it is. Blah, 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 blah. And they kind of knock around and, hit the walls and then go straight and then veer off and then into a chuckle and then back on. And, that's how it works. Now, a lot of you have come across the fact that relatives, friends, they're not awake. They're just not awake. I have seen people that are so glued to the political on the television that it's like they're in a catatonic state. And all of these things were created to defer our ability to identify ourselves and to just be, how do you put it, like a brainwashed group of life where we just blindly go without questioning, without asking ourselves, without reviewing. We just kind of stumble along. You see, all of those who want to be helped, all of humanity that wants to be helped, see, there's a difference. And I'm sure some of you have come across people that don't want to be helped. You help them to begin with, but then they just kind of take it for granted, and they just look at you and they just more and more and more and more. And you want them to want to help themselves, but they don't. So you seek out those who want to help themselves. So you give them a boost, you assist them, and then they get going. Okay? And the rest will come into their own in due time. But this is what we're literally looking at, is to awaken as many of us as possible so that we continue to grow and unify and be in unification and together and know what our power is. Not just know it, use it. I am the power. And you are. You're the power of joy. You're the power of happiness. You're the power of peace. You're the power of prosperity. You're the power of abundance. You're the power of laughter. You're the power of bliss. You're the power of generosity. You're the power of kindness. You're the power of sharing. You're the power of positivity. We are the power. And it never wanes. So you can imagine and realize, if you haven't, I'm sure you feel it, that the power, when we form this light, this circle, and we call in our other parts, is astronomical. Cannot even be measured. And this is what's shifting the planet, and this is what's shifting the civilizations. I am the power. That's with the God within and the body on the outside, the body holding the God. And when you merge these two, and you that body moves you around, you know that you have the power. Without a question or a doubt. You don't think you do, you know you do. With anything and everything. And that means going with the flow. That means crossing the river of void into the unknown. That means you're in the canoe and you're letting that current take you wherever it chooses. And you're are the power, your intent is astronomical. When you intend and you stay in high frequencies, your intention will become a reality. Guaranteed. But when you wane from questioning yourself that you have the power, when you start questioning yourself, doubting yourself that you are the power, your intent will go right by the wayside. It will never become a reality. It will not ever be. And this is the challenge that humanity faces in many different directions, because they do not believe that they are the power. They don't believe it. They think it's just a bunch of science fiction, which is basically the truth. So they call it science fiction when it's the truth. They call it the truth when it's the lie. That's when your manifestation, I don't like to use that word much, it's overused, it's beaten to death. Your reality, your creation, moves into harmony with your physical being. And there it is. And the real crucial part of this, staying in high frequency all the time. All the time, no matter what. You're in joy. You're happy. You say, I'm happy. I'm in deep gratitude. And you remind yourself of this all day long, into the night. You lay your head down on the pillow. You do it constantly. But you do it from the heart mind. You feel the vibration when you state it to yourself. It floods over you, and it balances you, and it loves you. And the point is that you stay in this frequency of the higher level. And as you stay in that frequency, all things that you intend will become a reality. They will move into the physical world, and they will be available to you. So, if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, which I'm sure most of you are, and you're going to want to relax. The first step of relaxing is moving into the now. In the now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, not a month from now, not a year from now, not 10 years ago. The now. Most humans live in the past to create their future. They live in the past, create their future. Then they get frustrated because they seem to repeat things at different times in different situations and circumstances. And they just get frustrated and don't know why it keeps happening. It's because they live in the past to create their future. Live in the now. Always in the now. Go with the flow. Live in the now. You are the power. And as you're in the now and you relax and you step outside the flurry of thoughts, you sit in your chair, you just go with the flow and you just watch these thoughts literally in and out, 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 in and out. And it's mind-boggling. Thousands and thousands of them. And you don't intercept them. You don't become the obstacle in front of them. You watch them. You acknowledge them, but you let them come in and go out. And you're in the now. And your shoulders drop, and your body relaxes, and you become at ease, in peace, in love, in joy. And as you do this, excuse me, you're going to want to breathe. And you're going to want to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. As you breathe in through the nose, you want to hold at 1001, 1002, 1003. Exhale through the mouth. want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. Why do you hold your breath? So you will focus more on your breathing. We do not focus on our breathing. Majority of humanity shallow breathes. They only take in roughly 18% oxygen. This is not good for the body. It can cause altercations. So as you're breathing in divine positive energy. What is divine positive energy? It is high frequencies that literally flood you 24/7. Problem is, you have elected to be in low frequencies, so the high frequencies go right through and out. They don't communicate. God, your God inside you, receives them 24/7. You, they pass right over because you're in low frequency. So the divine positive energy is communication of high frequency. It's not, information of destruction and death and more destruction and hatred and anger and pain. That's low frequencies. It's all uplifting frequencies. And it floods you, and you're aware of it, and you identify with it if you're in high frequency, and which is joy, peace, and love, and kindness. When you're there, you begin to assimilate this information ongoing, whereas when you're in the dark and you are in disharmony and low frequency, you have no clue about it. But when you're in high frequency, you receive the divine positive energy, and it tells you that you are the power. You're the power. And people say, well, how can that be? You can't control everything. Yes, you can. Say, because you know how? You're the power. You go with the flow. The canoe lets the current take it, which is you. You end up wherever, the unknown. It's the adventure. It's your confidence that guides you. You don't resist. If you resist, then you have disharmony, then you have conflict, then you have disruption, then you have disappointment. It's automatic for humans to resist since they have been contained and controlled from the beginning. They resist the flow. They resist going with the flow. They resist the current. They'd rather fight the current. They'd rather fight against it than let it take them wherever it may. You see, we create this subterfuge. We create it. Each and every one of us. And it isn't a blame. It is a knowing. It's like you say, I'm creating my own disharmony. I'm creating it. And you know how to change direction and not. So you're relaxing. You're breathing in divine positive energy. Then when you breathe out, and in this particular case, you breathe out, you're breathing out all of the things that play key roles in disrupting you, disharmonizing you, misdirecting you. These are all things that your mind injects into your path. And most of the time, people follow those. And they end up in a dead end. It's like when you run down an alley and you feel like you're being chased. And instead of facing, you run and you aren't paying attention and you end up in a dead-end alley. And you turn, and it is actually you facing you. And all of the situations that you've conjured up in your life are standing there. And you literally acknowledge them and disperse them. They're gone. So when you breathe this out, when you breath out, you're breathing out disharmony. You're breathing out doubt. You're breathing out guilt. You're breathing out low confidence. You don't need those things. They serve no purpose. We literally fold into the heart mind. And when we do this, we move into total bliss. We're in the heart mind. We're above the heart. We're moved up into the throat. And we're just floating. And we're in harmony. We move into peace and joy. We know that we are the power. We move effortlessly. We're completely encased in spectacular light frequency energy. Archangel Raphael's Emerald Green Flaming Healing Light, this is one of our frequencies that we wield. The Violet, Blue, Purple Flaming Light of Archangel Michael, that's another frequency that we wield. Purple Transmuting Flame, Violet Ray, White Fire, Golden White Pink Light, Prime Source Creator God, Mother, Father God, Source, Deep Eternal Love, our family. We have these. These are part of us. They're not outside of us. They're not something we go up in the cupboard and grab and use. They're in us, through us, around us. They make up the harmony of our auric fields. The greens, the reds, the yellows, the blues, the violets, the purples, on and on and on. We expand. We're protected in this sphere of everlasting, deep, eternal love. Nothing can penetrate it but more deep, eternal love, which is everywhere on the high frequency. You're met with your God, your higher self, your soul, your spirit. However you want to label it, it is your power. It's what powers your physical body. Even when you leave the body and you astral travel, you're still connected to the body. You're still powering it. Even after you leave it, it's still being powered by you. It's only when the body is damaged and cannot be repaired is when your connection to the body is eliminated and the body ceases to function. You meet your God. Your God merges with you. It is a total blissful experience every single time. And you get to the point where you get so literally in comfort with this that you do it constantly. You remind yourself, I am one with my God. I am one with my God. I am one with my God. And as you do this, you become bliss and joy and peace. And everything that you have been chasing your entire existence but have not found fully. Because you are the power. And you discover this great power, your God, and we create heaven on earth, a tremendous paradise, a flourishing planet filled with love and joy and peace and prosperity, where all of humanity thinks for itself, leads itself, guides itself, where there are no governments, there's no regulations, we have 12 visions, we have do no harm, and we expand. And we continue to expand. And our imaginations are in the forefront. Our child imaginations become front and center. We are guided by our gods. We are children of Source. We expand constantly. We transform all of the muck and mire into the bliss and joy. Arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light. It hugs the equator of this planet Earth, who has many names. And as it hugs the equator, it literally embraces all life, all existence. This planet, all life on it and in it, above it and around it, and harmonizes all low frequencies. It brings them up into blissful frequencies, intensifies the energy of existence, and harmonizes it, and it moves effortlessly to its original home, love. Then we expand and we begin to float up effortlessly, and as we do this, we immediately call on all of our brothers and sisters, all the parts of us, all of the light energy beings that are in all frequencies, all energies, all densities, all existences, all universes. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, and from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in benevolence and kindness and joy and bliss and peace. They're in generosity. For low frequencies cannot come in. And they come in the Guga plexus. They fill the universe. They fill it. And they come arm in arm, hand in hand, and they join us. It's like we become a coliseum where we ramp up around planet Earth and we extend out in a true vortex of expansion, and we transform all the low frequencies, all the densities, all the dimensions, everywhere, into the lightest, highest love frequency. And we are in deep, deep, deep gratitude for all of them. They are in deep, deep, deep gratitude for all of us. We love them, and they love us. And obviously our light expands. We call upon all of the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of the angels, all of the civilizations, all who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and joy, peace, happiness, bliss, tranquility, benevolence, generosity. And they come in the trillions, massive numbers. Now you imagine this. See the picture of it. Feel the force of this deep, eternal love gathering. So they come in, arm in arm, hand in hand. We are deeply, deeply, deeply in gratitude for them as they are for us. We love them and they love us. We call upon ascended masters who have ascended out of body and who have been assisting this civilization in many different ways. Increase its vibrational frequency, move into the higher realms. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, total benevolence, kindness, joy, and peace. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Morya, Evidentia, and many, many, many more. And they come in massive numbers, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they join us. And it is this extreme bliss, this samadhi, this nirvana. It's explosively expansive. And our light grows, and we're in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude for them as they are us. We love them, and they love us. And we expand, and our light grows. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth, all the civilizations who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love, who are in peace, joy, harmony, bliss, generosity, caring. And they come. They come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they join us. And we are in the deepest gratitude for them as they are us. We love them, they love us, and our light expands. This is a complete joy for all of us, combining ourselves into the light, into this God source light. We call upon all the off-worlders, galactics, who are only of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, in complete peace, joy, bliss, caring, generosity, benevolence. They have been assisting us with our evolution, our enlightenment, our ascension, and freeing ourselves from our self-imposed bondage. Arm in arm, hand in hand, of the deepest, highest, eternal love, they join us. We are in deep, deep, deep gratitude for them as they are in deep, deep, deep gratitude for us. We love them. They love us. And our light expands. We call upon all of our loved ones who have passed or ascended out of body in this life and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. All of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love, in deep kindness, benevolence, bliss, joy, happiness. And they come. Massive numbers. Too many to even count. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us. We embrace them. We are all of us gathered, are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude and the deepest, deepest eternal love for each other, for all life. And our light expands. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms at this very time on and in this planet. They are the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love in joy, bliss, peace, harmony, generosity, humbleness. And they come in the trillions, massive numbers, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they merge with all of us. And we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude for them, and we love them. And they are in the deepest, deepest gratitude for us, and they love us. And our light expands. We call upon all of love, all of the deepest eternal love that is currently existing in high frequency, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. We ask this frequency to shower us and join and merge with us in intensifying our power, so that we may heal this planet and all life on and in it, and bring it to the highest frequency of the greatest joy, bliss, happiness, peace, and tranquility. I am the power. We look up and we call upon all of the fairies, sprites, gnomes, trees, elves, dwarves, elementals, earth, air, water, fire, mermaids, dolphins, whales, Pegasus, unicorn, and many, many, many more. All of this frequency, all of the highest power, and that is love. From every existence, from every single place, dimension and density, frequencies of the highest, deepest, eternal love. Join us in this meditation. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they infuse us, accentuate our light and our power, intensify our deepest eternal love. We look up and we see our meditative sphere setting center circle. This is a massive creation. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. It is heard, seen, and felt in all densities, all existences, all dimensions, all frequencies. And if it is totally accepted, and eventually it will be, because the power of love is the greatest, always has been, always will be, and is. We can feel it as it floods all of us, saturates all of us in the deepest, intense, deep, deep, deep eternal love. We can feel it uplift us, wash away all of our negative frequencies, all of our fears, all of our inconsistencies, all of our doubt, all of our feeling of incompetency, of low power, of nothingness. It advances us. It accelerates our enlightenment in love. It accelerates our ascension. It empowers each and every one of us. We look down on the planet, we see all life. We see all of our brothers and sisters. We see those totally asleep. We see those half awake. We see those waking up. And we flood them, saturate them with all the love, all the deep eternal love from all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, from all the collective consciousness of all the civilizations, from source, everywhere, flooding this planet inside and out, above and beyond. All the planets in our solar system, branching out into the galaxies, into the universes, and beyond. Feel the intensity, the soft flow, the empowerment of this deep, eternal love. We are flourishing. We are part of Source, Mother, Father, God, Prime Source, Creator, God, our family. We are omnipotently powerful. We have been always. We take the shades off of our light so it can be bright. We infuse all of the other gods trapped in the bodies that are asleep. We saturate all life. We love all life. I'll join you in meditation. I'll return to close us out. pain during this transition. Any challenges from the exterior, to know how to dispel it quickly. You can catch yourself. Even if you begin to fall into the muck, as long as you identify and say, oh, wait a minute, I'm not going to go there. Mind, I am the master. I'm in the now. I concentrate on exactly what I'm doing in that moment, in the now, and then all that external stuff will just completely dissipate. And every time you find getting lazy and dropping back into that low frequency, you'll get to the point where you identify it all the time. And then when you get to the point where you identify it all the time, it will become an autopilot. So it automatically will kick in. Okay? It might be a little challenging in the beginning, but it will dissipate in its challenge because you'll automate it. It's like exercising. The muscle gets sore in the beginning, but then it gets in shape and it doesn't get sore anymore. So this is important to carry this through the day and the evening, night, and into the morning. And remember, you say to yourself, I am the power. It's an absolute. It is the truest truth. We will be here tomorrow for the meditation at 3 p.m. Eastern, July 8th, 2019. And we will be here tomorrow night at 9 p.m. We're going to cover some things on health, well-being, and we're going to go over some of the new applications I discussed. We'll go over that more, and the Fulmina, we're going to have a discounted special on a couple of their products, which means the discount will be in, and then on top of the discount, you'll be able to use the code to discount it even more. So it becomes much more obtainable for people and affordable, quite frankly. And that's what we're trying to do anyway. So you're the power. Use it wisely. Use it in joy and in bliss.
Goodbye.